Vice Admiral Roden established the Surface Warfare Chair here at Naval Postgraduate School. Captain Chuck Good has been appointed to this unique position, part of Roden's staff, serving as a conduit between NPS and the fleet. The chair will travel regularly to commands in San Diego, Norfolk, and Washington, D.C. in order to keep NPS up to date on the latest initiatives, needs, and requirements of the surface forces. The chair also will serve as a mentor and aid in surface warfare officers' personal and professional development. NPS is the perfect place to spearhead the needs of the Navy's surface forces. It already offers a wide array of training to surface warfare officers.
The Naval Postgraduate School has been, is, and will continue to be the core of the surface warfare community's graduate education plan. One of the big strengths of NPS, I think, is the great blending of faculty we have here. You know, we've got some academic powerhouses. Also got some folks, though, who've served and may have even put in a full career active duty before getting their academic credentials. Some of those folks have done a lot of work over the years of bringing surface warfare-related issues onto campus, but it's been somewhat of an ad hoc arrangement. So I think the thought about sending a chair here, sending an active duty officer up here, is to formalize the process a little bit so that I can become the conduit that the fleet can send issues, concerns, initiatives, and then be able to then tie them to the interested parties on campus, both students and faculty.
What are the research and educational needs for the surface warfare community here at NPS?
It's a natural fit in the surface warfare career progression for a junior officer to spend their initial shore tour here at Monterey, getting their graduate degree, getting JPME Phase 1 taken care of, before going back out to the fleet for their department head tour. Perhaps other communities would view that as a luxury. We view that as a necessity and as a core competency. So every single one of the SWO students on campus is a prospective department head, and they're all career-minded. They had to sign some career intents and commit to those department head tours and also receive a bonus for that. So they're career-minded, mid-career professionals, and they're going to go on and be department heads. And I think our goal would then be to connect what they do post-department head, their first shore tours back at the Pentagon or in a program office, with the academic disciplines that they've studied here. And I think that's an area where we can really improve and ensure that the knowledge that they've gained here not only gets applied out in the fleet, but then that individual officer can take that knowledge and apply it to their career and the contributions that they're making ashore. I think we can do a little bit better job and be a little bit more intentional in ensuring that students are able to, later in their career, go back to their academic discipline and the grounding that they got here at the Naval Postgraduate School and be able to apply that in their future work. And I think having the students do surface warfare related theses is a big step because it ensures that they're grounded in the community while at the same time getting exposure academically. I would say that in the past it has been somewhat haphazard. Certain communities of practice and certain community or rather curricular sponsors are better at tracking the graduates than others. You know, some of the standouts would be financial management and operations research. Those communities within the Navy have traditionally been very good about tracking the graduates and ensuring that they get plugged into jobs that leverage the knowledge that they got here at the Naval Postgraduate School. Unfortunately, not every discipline, not every community of practice within the Navy is as diligent as perhaps those two are in ensuring that follow-on tours are given to officers based on the P codes that they got for their academic study. I was one of those officers. As National Security Affairs, International Relations, I thought for sure that post-department head that I would be able to get a Paul Mill job, perhaps in N3, N5 as a country desk officer or something like that. And it just didn't pan out. I'm not complaining. I had some awesome tours on the acquisition side of things and the requirement side of things in the Pentagon, but very little of that actually referenced my, my degree. Although I will say, even in acquisition, I ended up with a NATO collateral duty where my national security affairs background in Europe did actually do me good service.
You are an NPS graduate. Can you talk a little bit about that?
I graduated 19 years ago with a master's in national security affairs with a focus on Europe and Eurasia. It was funny when I rolled back on campus, physically, Not that much has changed. This is such an iconic locale, and the school has done a great job of just keeping the campus and the image unchanged. But under the surface, organizationally, a lot's changed here. There's a lot more research activity on campus, a lot more dynamic environment here as we see the various centers and institutes that we never had here when I was a student. Seems like it's a very exciting time on campus.